Welcome to the Cha Na Mining, Inc. presentation in the AGORACOM online gold and commodities conference. I'm Fred Fisher, President and CEO of Cha Na Mining, and I will be presenting our company to you today, as well as answering questions posted by investors who are watching the presentation at our scheduled time. If you're watching this presentation outside our scheduled time, please post your questions, as we will be checking in over the next couple of days to answer them. Before I begin, I would like to ask that all of you take 10 seconds to review our disclaimer, which you can review at any time by coming back to this slide. Cha Na Mining. We're a Canadian-based mineral exploration company focused out on the acquisition, exploration, and development of properties located in proven historical mining camps, such as the Golden Summit Project in the Braylorne district of BC, and the Fox River project located in the historic Thompson Nickel Belt. In addition, Cha Na has identified an highly exciting prospective gold property in a new area just outside of Mission, BC, that we call the North Mission Gold Project. Okay, the opportunity we see with Cha Na Mining is we have three projects, two in historic prolific mining camps. Those two are located near existing infrastructure. Our cost for them was there were minimal acquisition costs and equipment costs. And on the third project, which is the newly acquired Mission Gold Project, bulk sampling is planned, and as well on the Gold Summit in early 2010, hopefully creating some revenue and hoping to define both deposits. We have an experienced management team with a proven track record, and we will proceed to go through some more details on each of these projects. Quickly, our corporate overview. Cha Na trades on the CNSX stock exchange under the symbol CNN, as well as on the Frankfurt stock exchange under the symbol 2CA. We began trading on April 1st of this year, and our 52-week high and low is a low of 8 cents and a high of 30 cents. We are currently trading around the 15-cent share mark. Fully diluted, we have 15.5 million shares out, and our market cap currently is around $3 million. Now, this is the newly acquired Mission North Gold Project, and it has become our primary focus. The property is in a new camp. It lies approximately 25 kilometers north of Mission, BC, and is located in an area of limited or no previous exploration. There is a history of 40,000 tons being bulk sampled in about 25 to 30 kilometers away. Outside of that, very little has been done. The vein that was exposed by logging yielded results of over an ounce, and we acquired the property based on that, and we have done a fair amount of sampling in addition, which is why we acquired the property. Here are some of the samples that we have followed up with. And as you can see, high grade, very high grade gold, silver, zinc, and copper as well. The gold content ran between 2.5 ounces all the way up to 5.5 ounces. It's a newly discovered vein outcropping on the western flank of a logging road. It's 10 meters wide, 4 meters high, and it appears to continue along the hillside, both along strike, uphill and downhill. And similar grades we have now traced at least 108 meters to the upwards on the hill. This is a picture of the rock. It's quite an interesting rock. A lot going on in this rock. If anyone familiar with geology, this was part of the samples that yielded between 2 and 5.5 ounces of gold on what we call the Ian's vein, Ian Glory vein. And as well, there's two maps here that kind of give you a perspective of the new veining that we've discovered, which there are the results on the next slide, and the projected strike of Ian's vein. The Golden Summit property is the second property I'm going to talk about. It's located in southwestern British Columbia, approximately 185 kilometers north of Vancouver, and it's about 50 kilometers west of the small community of Lillooet, approximately 155 kilometers west of Kamloops. This property is located in the Braylorne Pioneer Camp, right near the historic mine, the Braylorne Pioneer Mine. And historically, the produced 4.15 million ounces of gold, which is to date still the most prolific gold mine in BC history. We've done some sampling there. We're working with some old holes that ran between 2 ounces to 5 ounces from a company called Summit from the late 80s and early 90s. We've done some groundwork. We're going to follow up with some bulk sampling and maybe punch a few small drills in there at some point next summer. So this is a little bit of bullet points on the Golden Summit. It covers 1,300 hectares. There are nearby mills. Again, it was the largest gold mine in BC history, only 25 kilometers away. The historic assays, again, ran from half an ounce to 2.5 ounces. And, we put some licensing and permits in. We may have to do that again because we didn't get the work done fall or winter, but we just put them in for next spring. And hopefully the bulk sampling out of that would maybe create a little revenue and also help to define the deposit. Our last project is the Fox River project. It's located in northern Manitoba, widely believed to be an extension of the Thompson Nickel Belt. It comprises it's 130 kilometers long and 3 to 10 kilometers wide. Extends from an area of Gillam, Manitoba to the Ontario border. The interesting thing about this is we're fairly close to Callanan, Hud Bay. Well, when I say close, about 200 kilometers away or so, but in that neck of the woods, that's fairly close. And Callanan Mines will be spending $3 million in drilling within the area beginning early 2010 on some world-class projects, and we hope to help utilize some of their info and piggyback on that. And the Fox River property also, there's the 13,400 hectares. Inco has drilled in the late 60s, but the results were lost. Again, Hud Bay had a smelter within 200 kilometers. So we'll see what we can find and use again from their info. What we call the Canadian advantage, we like to stay in our own territory. We know we're comfortable with our governments and enforceable rules of law. We know the mining rules in the various provinces and our permitting regulations. On any of these projects, we have no native or aboriginal issues currently. There appear to be none. And with Manitoba's government, they have very supportive mining exploration, as well as everyone knows BC does as well. Here is the management, the core team of myself, Thomas Murdoch, and Jamie Rainbird, and Peter Ball. I've been with the company now for over 2 years. We recently added Christian Whitehead as a director, who is a geologist and has worked extensively with Hawthorne, owns his own drilling company, and so he brings some geological expertise to our team. And Peter Robinson was brought on as an advisor to the board and has over 25 years of institutional equity sales, and both will be valuable assets for the team going forward. And the catalyst for growth that we see going forward, with the permitting on Mission North, we plan to eventually do at least 10,000 tons. On a smaller scale, we're going to do 50 tons just to sort of get a feel for the vein. But in the spring, we will be doing a larger one, and that will create some revenue. But while we also look to define it by geophysics and some shallow drilling, we are raising some money currently at 15 cents on hard money and 20 cents flow through for anyone who is interested. And the Fox River initial phase of exploration will be carried out in the coming months. Will consist of aerial geophysical survey, follow-up groundwork survey. But we will also wait to see what Callanan discover with their $3 million being spent. Okay, that concludes the Chal Cha Na presentation. I want to thank you all for joining us and encourage you to take the opportunity to post any questions you may have about the company. For those of you who are watching this presentation at its scheduled time, please begin posting your questions now. For those of you who are watching this presentation outside of our scheduled times, please post your questions now and check back later for our responses. And again, thank you for watching and viewing the Cha Na presentation.